I'm talking today about the worst teachers I've ever had in my whole entire life. AKA in the past 2 years, I've only had pretty bad teachers. This year and last year. And I only had one this year and 2 last year. The very first one we're going to talk about, I'm going to call her M. So M would give us work that we never knew how to do. It was like 9th grade, 10th grade work, and we were only in 7th grade. Yes, we were enriched, but we weren't that enriched. Basically, she failed a lot of kids for like barely any reasons. Yes, we didn't hand in a couple assignments, but when you get pretty good grades on everything and you put a lot of work into something and then she doesn't give it a good grade for like no reason at all, that's kind of, it's not good. Like, I put a lot of work into thinking of like poetry because we were doing a poetry unit, and I made like 1 million poems, and she said these were really good, and yet she still didn't give me a good grade on it. And then we had to, I do not remember the name of these poems, but you go and take a passage and then you pick words out of it, and then that's like a poem. I did that, and I made like a haiku. I think that's how it's called. Please tell me in the comments if you want. You don't have to, but the very short ones. I tried making one of those, and she said, no poems are that short. I'm like, yeah, they are. So then I spent an hour trying to come up with another one, because she tried to fit in Black history in that, which honestly is a really good idea on her part, but couldn't have been executed better. And I'm sorry for any background noise, my window's open. And both my cat and I are hearing like a really loud squeaking noise, because he's looking around. I don't know what's going on. And my camera could be off at this point. I don't know, it's being weird. And I have no clue. It's never acted like this. But back to the story, because distractions. She was just not a good teacher, in a sense. She would just fail. Like, I was only missing a do now. I still got a 70 because of missing that do now. It was 70 or 80. I would have to go and grab my other report card. And then she resigned. Her not being there for a quarter of the year. Like, she was out like half of the year. Or maybe a quarter. I don't know. She finally resigned. Finally. It was like the middle of 3rd quarter and she quit. Well, resigned. I don't know if they're the same thing. I didn't look into it. But she resigned, and we got this really great English teacher. And I'm not going to say her name, but she was amazing, and she really moved this class along, and we got work done a lot more than we would. She let us listen to music while we were working on our projects, which for me really helped, because music helps me focus. The next teacher, who was one of the worst teachers I've had, and we're just going from when I realized they were a bad teacher, we're going to call them F. I don't know how else to word this besides he was a pervert. And I'm not saying watching porn is bad, but he would watch it in class. And one time he forgot about the volume. I wasn't in his class at this time. My friend was. And she had said, yeah, he left the volume up and was watching it in class. I'm just like, oh, that's fun. I'm sorry, but yeah, just imagine you're just working on your project and then that happens. And speaking of projects, he would give us like one project a quarter, and we would never end up completing it, and we would never get a grade for it. He would just give us, at that point, worksheets and put the notes up on the board, and we would do that all class. And that was a tech class. It's supposed to be like fun, because the other tech class with the other teacher would make projects. They made a basketball court project with like a game where you like had a popsicle stick and you would flick the ball into the hoop. They did that. We sat there doing worksheets. We made a bridge. And that was like the one project that we finished. And I got 100 on it. Yay. Well, me and a couple friends did. And he would basically also, going along with the pervert side, he would go and stare at girls' tits and butts. Why? I don't know. My friend said she was scared to go up to him because of that. And honestly, I would be too. And he always wore like really tight jeans and really tight clothes. I'm not saying that's anything bad, but yeah. It was just I didn't realize this until just before like October, when I heard all these stories from my friends. And honestly, I believe them because I had a couple cases of it too. So, yeah. The third and final birth teacher that I've ever had in my whole entire life. We're gonna call him N. And no, not the N word, just N. He was the worst teacher currently for me, because he ended up failing me for absolutely no reason. I had handed in all my assignments and did them. The only reason he failed me was because, yeah, my assignments weren't always right, because he would never teach us it. I would literally pull off Google Translate and he watched me do it. And just recently, like last week I think, he told me, oh, do these definitions. I go, you never taught us this. And he goes, I know. Use Google Translate. Like, you shouldn't be relying on Google Translate to do the work for you, guy. Because this was a Spanish class. And apparently all my other friends have been having problems with him too, where they yell at them for talking. For, like, not, but they were talking loud. They were, like, whispering. And yeah, I've gone and reported him multiple times. And I've been at my breaking point, and he knew I went to guidance and reported him. And so when I tried to go to guidance the other day, he said, no, finish this paper. And I'm sorry, I'm doing that a lot. It gets on my nerves, too, so sorry. He said, go to guidance. He said, you can go to guidance after you finish this worksheet. He hadn't taught us this worksheet at all. So I pulled out Google Translate. And he goes, put your phone away. They're not going to let you use your phone on the test. Because we had, like, an oral test at the end of the year. I said, you weren't allowed to use your phone on that. So, like, yeah, that's kind of obvious. You're not going to use your phone on a test. Because you're most likely going to get 100 on that test. Because, I mean, Google Translate's not always right, but still. Then, trying to go to guidance to fix my schedule, because one of my dreams is to become a band teacher. That's, like, one of my goals. And I was going to change my schedule because they put me at Intro to Theater, which I wanted to do, but I only had a spot for one elective. So I was going to go switch it to one ensemble. And then, he wouldn't let me. He wouldn't let me go to guidance. So I ended up yelling at him in class, because I was at the verge of it. I was like, you haven't taught us this. All I wanted to do was go to guidance, and you're sitting here telling me no and not teaching us how to do this. And he just was like, fine, go. So he signed my pass and I went. And I never just didn't want to go back there more. Because I know I'm being like extra and over exaggerating it, but he was just not a good teacher. Teacher-wise. Like, M was a good teacher. F was kind of a good teacher. Not really, but still. N is just, no. And I'm calling them letters because that's the first letter of their name. Their last name, their teacher name. So, yeah. And I still have him to this day. A lot of people hate him. Most people hate him. Because at this point, if you talk in class, you're going to ISS. He gives us one worksheet per day. Why? I have no clue. He literally gave me 100 on a ton of denials that I've missed. Because I said, hey, I want to get into this program. And he said, here, do this packet, and I'll bring them up. Don't tell anybody about this. I probably shouldn't be doing this. Which, I don't fully know if that's illegal. Like, school-wise. My cat just jumped off, and that scared me. But I don't know if that's illegal school-wise. But yeah. I just lost my complete train of thought because my cat jumped. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna end it here. Thank you for watching so much. Please like and subscribe. This is my first official video on this channel. I want to thank everybody who saw the last video and subscribed. because it really means a lot to me, the fact that you decided to click that subscribe button, because that means a lot, because I've never had like a very public account that I've worked on growing, because I'm trying to work on it now. It's just I don't have the time. I literally renovated this room, which is the attic way, in my room, and that's been under wraps since January. And like I have a box here and a box here. That's what I have left. Like this box, I unpacked it all yesterday. It was just 9:30 at night, and my legs hurt, and I just wanted to go to sleep. So I put everything back in. Yeah, I have to finish my room. Mainly, everything left is just buying stuff. Like I need mason jars for my like hair ties and stuff, and I need an earring tree for all my earrings, and I want to get something to hold my bracelets on because I love these bracelets, and I have like 12 of them. And I also want to get like a little area rug, just like a small one, not that, but to put by my bed since I have wood floors now. So yeah, there's like quite a bit that I need to get. And I need a curtain because I'm no longer doing closet doors. So, and this area got renovated. So I decided to film in here because why not? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this very short video about the worst teachers I've had and an update about where I've been and what I'm going to be doing. And also, I'm on break. Nobody else in my family is. So, if you want to subscribe, okay, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna be here. Oh, I don't know if my mom's gonna be on break. She works at a daycare. They might not be, but basically, I might be home alone and able to make videos. My parents don't know about this, neither does my brother, so I'll see you the next time I decide.